CertPunch, practice round for PMP certification exam prep course. 22 questions. Read the prompt, choose the best answer before the reveal, then listen for the exam logic behind it. Let's begin. Question 1 of 22. While working on a project with a budget of $5,000, the project manager determines that the earned value on the project so far is $1,750. So far, the project team has spent $2,900. What should the project manager report as the status of the budget? Option A, the project is over budget by 40%. Option B, the project is under budget by 60%. Option C, the project is under budget by 40%. Option D, the project is over budget by 60%. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. The correct answer proves CPI measures cost efficiency. With a CPI of 0.6, the project is 40% over budget, as CPI below 1 indicates cost overrun. Question 2 of 22. The risk management plan generally outlines the steps the project will take to conduct risk management processes on the project. Which of the following will the risk management plan not include? Option A, a way to categorize the risks. Option B, roles and responsibilities for the project team concerning risks processes. Option C, the methodology used to manage risks. Option D, positive risks that could affect the project. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option D. Why it works. The correct answer proves that positive risks are documented in the risk register, not the risk management plan. The other options are standard components of the risk management plan. Question 3 of 22. You are currently managing a business process re-engineering project and have identified all the risks that can affect the project. You would like to put the risks in order from most impact to least impact on the project. What is the best process for doing so? Option A, perform qualitative risk analysis. Option B, rank risk. Option C, perform quantitative risk analysis. Option D, plan risk response. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option A. Key cue. The correct answer proves that qualitative risk analysis ranks risks by impact and probability. The distractors are either invalid processes or describe later stages, like quantification or response planning. Question 4 of 22. While managing a data center project, a few customers requested a feature be added to the project that will enhance the security system in the data center. The change was submitted to the change control board and was denied due to the high cost of the security system. A few months later, another customer submitted the same change back to the project manager. What is the best step the project manager can take in this scenario? Option A, add the security system to the data center. Option B, inform the customers the change cannot be done. Option C, inform the change control board. Option D, assess how this change impacts the project management plan. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option B. Behind the answer. The correct answer proves that a denied change should not be resubmitted. The elimination cue is the prior denial, which makes re-evaluation or re-adding the change inappropriate. Question 5 of 22. The project manager is currently reviewing all of the meetings that took place over the past few weeks to ensure that it was done according to the communication management plan. What process is the project manager currently conducting? Option A, conduct communications. Option B, plan communications management. Option C, manage communications. Option D, monitor communications. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option D. Reasoning. The correct answer proves the monitor communications process, which compares actual work performance data against the plan. The elimination cue is that conduct communications is not a defined PMI process. Question 6 of 22. Which of the following statements is true about projects? Option A. Projects are ongoing operations that will create a unique product, service, or result. Option B. Projects are ongoing operations to improve business products. Option C. Projects are temporary endeavors to create a unique product, service, or results. Option D. Projects are temporary operations that are only done to improve a business. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option C. What the exam tests here? The correct answer proves the PMBOK definition of a project as temporary. The elimination cue is that projects are finite endeavors, not ongoing operations. Question 7 of 22. The Agile project team has determined that many of its processes have a lot of waiting and would like to remove all of the waste in the processes. What would be the best tool the Agile team can use to improve their processes? Option A, triple nickel. Option B, value stream map. Option C, process tailoring. Option D, fishbone analysis. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option B. Exam logic. The correct answer proves the value stream mapping technique for identifying waste. The elimination cue is that the distractors describe unrelated quality tools. Question 8 of 22. Which of the following is not a principle of Agile planning? Option A, conduct planning throughout the project. Option B, engage the project team. Option C, conduct most of the planning at the beginning. Option D, engage stakeholders. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option C. Why it works. The correct answer identifies the anti-pattern of upfront planning. The elimination cue is that Agile planning is iterative and continuous, contrary to traditional methods. Question 9 of 22. When deciding which user stories can be done in the next iteration, what should the project team consider? Option A, how many points the team completed in the past iterations. Option B, how large is the story? Option C, which story has the least risks? Option D, which story is most valuable to the customer? Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Key cue. This question tests Agile velocity for iteration planning. Velocity measures past completed points, making past iterations a concrete planning cue, while distractors focus on individual story characteristics. Question 10 of 22. While measuring quality on a project, the project team decided to just measure the quality as pass-fail. The team has determined that this is the best method because the deliverables are mostly functions that will need to produce a correct result. What best describes this measurement? Option A, attribute sampling. Option B, mutually exclusive. Option C, statistical sampling. Option D, statistical independence. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option A. Behind the answer, this question tests attribute sampling. A pass-fail measurement is the defining characteristic of attribute sampling, as opposed to the variable scales used in statistical sampling. Question 11 of 22. There have been many disputes on the project with the current contractor. The contractor claims the project team is always asking that work not be listed in the contract, and the team claims that the contractor has not been doing the work listed in the contract. What should the project manager do first? Option A, contact claims administration. Option B, meet with the project team members to understand why they feel the contractor has not been doing the work in the contract. Option C, meet with the contractor to understand why the team continually asks that the work not be listed in the contract. Option D, review the contract. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option D. Reasoning. This question tests contract management fundamentals. The first step in any contractual dispute is always to review the contract itself to clarify the original agreement, as it's the source of truth. Question 12 of 22. The project manager has brought the project team together to explain what the project will be about and what their roles will be. The team members introduce themselves and learn about the different skill sets each of them brings to the project. What stage on Tuckman's ladder best represents this? Option A, performing. Option B, forming. Option C, storming. Option D, norming. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option B. What the exam tests here? This question tests the forming stage of team development. The initial meeting where members get acquainted and understand their roles is the classic description of the forming stage. Question 13 of 22. After the project manager has collected the requirements and received approval for the scope statement, what process should the project manager do next? Option A, create WBS. Option B, sequence activities. Option C, create scope baseline. Option D, define activities. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. The correct answer shows the standard sequence of scope management processes. The work breakdown structure is built directly from the approved scope statement. Question 14 of 22. The project manager has been informed that the cost of building a new room in the office will be $15,000, plus or minus 65%. The project manager wants to know why there is such a large variance in the estimate. The builder said they have not seen the space, and it's just a high-level estimate. What kind of estimate does this best represent? Option A, rough order of magnitude estimate. Option B, materials estimate. Option C, definitive estimate. Option D, detail estimate. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option A. Why it works. The correct answer identifies the specific type of cost estimate based on its variance range. A rough order of magnitude is characterized by its wide -25% to +75% accuracy. Question 15 of 22. In what process does a project manager determine the approach they will use to involve the stakeholders to meet their expectations? Option A, plan communications. Option B, plan stakeholders engagement. Option C, identify stakeholders. Option D, manage stakeholders engagements. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option B. Key cue. The correct answer proves plan stakeholder engagement, where strategies to meet stakeholder needs are defined. The trap is confusing this with plan communications, which focuses only on information distribution. Question 16 of 22. While conducting procurement on a project, the project manager has received many different bids with a wide variance of estimated cost for the work. What can the project manager use to best determine which vendor has given a realistic price? Option A, inspection and audits. Option B, weighing system. Option C, independent estimate. Option D, screening system. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option C. Behind the answer. The correct answer proves independent estimate, an external benchmark for pricing. The trap is distractors used for vendor selection, not price validation. Question 17 of 22. You have just been appointed the new project manager on a product upgrade project. One person in particular at the company feels like the project may cause them to lose their job. This person has expert knowledge of the current product and does not feel that it needs an upgrade. What would you consider this person on your project? Option A, employee. Option B, stakeholder. Option C, team member. Option D, subject matter expert. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option B. Reasoning the correct answer proves stakeholder, anyone impacted by the project. The trap is distractors that assume the person is part of the team. Question 18 of 22. Your company has just started a project to allow remote workers to join the network using a virtual private network, VPN. During the execution of the project, one of the VPN servers completely fails, and the team will need to replace it as soon as possible. Fortunately, the project team anticipated that this might happen and has a plan for replacing the server. What should the project manager do next? Option A, plan risk response. Option B, perform qualitative risk analysis. Option C, conduct risk response. Option D, implement risk response. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option D. What the exam tests here? The correct answer proves the executing process of enacting pre-planned responses. Options A, B, and C are distractors that describe planning activities or non-existent processes. Question 19 of 22. Which of the following is an XP practice that helps to create a shared vision between the developers and the customers? Option A, metaphors. Option B, retrospectives. Option C, daily stand-up meetings. Option D, iteration review meeting. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option A. Exam logic. The correct answer identifies the XP practice for aligning vision. Options B, C, and D are distractors that describe other common Agile ceremonies. Question 20 of 22. Which technique should the Agile team use to list the reasons for why a particular process was failing during iteration? Option A, fishbone analysis. Option B, check-in analysis. Option C, short subjects. Option D, SMART goals. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option A. Why it works. The correct answer identifies the retrospective technique for root cause analysis. Options B, C, and D are distractors that describe other Agile practices or goal-setting methods. Question 21 of 22. The sponsor would like a report about the resources that are being used on the project. He would like to see them broken down by different categories to make them easier to understand. What process will the project manager use to create this? Option A, define activities. Option B, develop schedule. Option C, estimate activity resources. Option D, sequence activities. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option C. Key cue. Estimate activity resources creates the resource breakdown structure, a categorized resource list. Other process options don't produce this hierarchical document. Question 22 of 22. The project manager, Peter, has been informed by the sponsor that the project needs to be completed 2 weeks earlier than the scheduled time. Peter goes to the team and informs them that they will need to work overtime to complete the project sooner. What is Peter doing to shorten the schedule? Option A, scope reduction. Option B, fast tracking. Option C, adding leads to activities. Option D, crashing. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option D. Behind the answer, crashing shortens a schedule by adding resources, such as overtime, which increases cost. Fast tracking is about parallelism, not adding resources.